my water. All of the animals are super quiet. And that seems suspicious. This is future Cara coming at you live. Well, not actually live, this is pre-recorded. But I had a clip as an intro for this video, but I don't know what happened because I can't find the clip. I know I recorded it because I had, oh, there's the goats. I had said a few jokes in there that I was like, wow, those are golden. Those are so good. Those are like excellent jokes right there. That's standard comedy. I cannot find this clip. I cannot find this video clip. So we're gonna like start it from scratch. However, I just want you to know that everything I'm about to say, I've already done it. As you can tell from today's video, we have done this before. We have a little series on the My Friend Made Me Read It. We're having friends make me read things. And so I reached out to Tiffany, and she is one of like my favorite people to watch right now on YouTube. She's just so, she's funny, she's a mom, she lives in Alaska, which is pretty cool. I live in Maine, repping. And I just think it's so cool when people like live in colder climates, because I feel like a lot of people live in like really nice climates. I used to live in San Diego, and yeah, anyways, this is not about me, this is about her. She reads so many books, and like I started watching her this year, and I connected her on Instagram like randomly. I don't even remember what we started the conversation on. I think I just was like telling her about a book that she was starting to read, and I told her I'd already read it. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is that she's so lovely. She's just so lovely. She's so nice. She's so sweet. And I wanted to do a series that she made me read it. That sounded like a much nicer transition in my head. The transition was here. The execution was here. In this video, you're gonna see past Cara read 4 books that Tiffany recommended to me. I asked her for a list of her top 5, not top 5. I asked her for a list of her top 5-star reads, and she gave me a list. And you will see that in this video, I get so angry and frustrated because the books that she told me to read, this is sounding so much better in my head, but execution-wise, this is not coming out coherent. In this video, I asked Tiffany for her 5-star reads. She sent me a list. I read 4 of the books on that list. And then I got angry at Tiffany 4 separate times because the books on that list were so good. And 2 of the books I gave immediate 5 stars. Now, for those who have been with us before, we all know I do not give 5-star reads. Like, I do not give books that are, I don't give out 5 stars on books immediately. I usually wait a week in order to drop that 5-star rating. I usually wait a week because I believe that a 5-star book is a book that I can't get out of my head, that I will never stop thinking about, and that will just live with me. That book just lives with me and follows me around. But there were 2 books that destroyed my entire well-being. Everything my therapist and I worked so hard for just shattered in an instant, in 380 pages, just completely shattered. And those books I gave an immediate 5 stars because I know for a fact I will never, ever, ever not think of them. They will always be just in the corner of my brain waiting for a reason to come up. So those books did get immediate 5 stars. And then the other 2 books, like, I'm not saying that the other 2 books didn't get 5 stars. I'm just saying that you're going to see this, okay? You're going to see this slow transgression from being Tiff's #1 fan to Tiff's #1 enemy. I also just want to say, because the very last clip was shot at like, I don't even remember, I think it was at like 2 in the morning. So you see me delusional and crying at the very last shot, okay? So just take that with a grain of salt. So I just want to prepare you for that final, the final book. I just want to prepare you because I'm literally wrapped in a cocoon in my hoodie and I'm just like, yep, this is the video. Okay, comment, subscribe, goodbye. Like, I am such an utter wreck because I filmed it right after reading the book, which I probably shouldn't have done. I probably should just refilm that as well, but I'm not going to. That's the clip that you get. In that clip, I was kind of delusional and I didn't get a chance to thank Tiffanie. So I do want to take the time out to just say thank you so much to Tiffanie. All of her social media links will be down below, and please, like, go seek her out. Please, please, please go watch her videos. I am so sorry if you can hear the goats, okay? They are now being loud and rambunctious. They were not making a sound, not a peep, not a peep earlier, but now they are talking back and forth, and I don't know if they're trying to get a hold of me or if they're just talking to each other. But anyways, I digress. All of Tiffany's socials will be linked down below, and if you haven't watched her, like, you've got to watch her. You have to watch her because her recommendations will literally gut you. Okay, the mafia has nothing on her. Like, she will make your entire well-being just disappear. And it's so good. Like, I am so thrilled. I am so thrilled. I absolutely loved every single book that she recommended. And I just want you to know that, like, yeah, I'm super grateful. I'm so grateful. So without further ado, the first book that I started with was Addicted to You. This is the first book that I got. You will also see in the clip that I had ordered the last books, but they weren't in the mail. So I read a little bit on my Kindle, but then the rest of the clips are physical copies. That's the intro, my friend. That's, ow, oh, huh. All right, I'm gonna go. And I hope you guys just finish the rest of the video, and I hope that you really enjoy it. And once again, thank you for Tiffanie. Thank you for Tiffanie. Thank you to Tiffanie. My English is not the greatest, okay, guys? We've already gone through this. Thank you to Tiffanie for just the recommendations, for the book ideas, and without further ado, I'm gonna go read Addicted to You. I've already read it. You're gonna watch me read it, though. You're gonna... Goodbye. I finished this book in one day. I just sat there and I read it. It's kind of a quick read. It literally, I think it took me like 6 hours to read this. It was a very fast read. And I just have to say that I was not expecting this. I honestly, like, I kind of started the book and I was like, okay, this is going to be very cliche. This is going to be very, like, whatever. It's not at all. It's actually really good. And I think a lot of the reason why it's good is because this book is very realistic and it's a very great expectation of what support versus non-support, what that looks like. This book is about two characters. There's Lily and Lo, and they are both addicts. They have different addictions. She is addicted to sex and he is addicted to alcohol. And so they formed this fake relationship 3 years prior to kind of get their parents off their back. He continues to drink to oblivion. She continues to have these cravings. And then they start dating for real. And Lo is like, why don't you ever choose me? Like, why am I never an option for you? Why am I not good enough? And he's like, I would do this for you. Like, I would be that person for you. And you really see what an accurate addict looks like when they try to get clean not for themselves. When they are not bettering themselves for themselves, you see what that looks like and how difficult it is and how the mind works and how it's like, well, if you truly loved me, then you wouldn't want me to change. And you also see both of them struggling because they honestly don't want to give up their addictions for each other, but they want the other person to help them through it. It's very messy. It's very difficult. I would not say this is toxic though. Like, I would not say this was I mean, it is in the sense a toxic relationship, but I do not think the book itself, like there's certain things that you read, like for instance, Magnolia Parks, I feel like that's a very toxic book. I love that book. But it's very much like Gossip Girl, where it's got that like toxic, everyone there is horrible, and it's just very difficult. In this one, I would say that yes, the main characters are horrible, but they're very likable characters, and you see that they really do have these intentions, and they're trying, they just can't get over their addiction. Like, they just can't make that next step. I gave this 4 stars. I think this was so good. I did not know, Tiffany, you did not tell me that this is book 1. I like finished it and I was like, wait, this isn't a happy ending. Like, what's going on here? And then I looked it up because I just got this in the store. I didn't know that this was book 1, Tiffany. Why would you do this to me? So now I've ordered the rest of the books. I will finish this series. It was very good. I love the friendships that were in this book. That was so good. And yeah, I just had a really good time. I had such a good time reading this. I stayed up until 3 in the morning to read this book. It was so fun. And yeah, I do think that this is such a great book, and I understand why it was on her list. The other 2 books are coming in today, but I did get them on my Kindle because I decided I didn't want to wait. I got Heavy is the Crown. This is not on Kindle Unlimited, but it was only, I think it was like $2.99 on the Kindle store, but I'd already bought the book. It's being sent over, but I did also get it on Kindle because it was only $2.99, so I was like, why not? This book is only like 244 pages, so it's 244 pages. It says that with my reading speed, it's only gonna take me 4 hours to finish this book. So I'm just gonna pop this in and read it today. The book is supposed to get here today, but I think I'm just gonna read this. This is a fantasy. I don't know what else it's about, but I do know it's a fantasy. So I'm excited to read that. And then I think I'm gonna try and also read one of her other books that she recommended today as well. I don't know how long they are though. I'm hoping that they're also both really short because there's 3 other books that I want to read on her list. So without further ado, my ear itches so bad. Anyways, my hair is I don't know what my hair is doing, so we're just gonna ignore it. But my books came in. Actually, that's just one. But all of the books came in that I plan on reading for this reading vlog. Anyways, I really want to talk about this, okay? I really want to talk about this because, please tell me there's a book 2. Like, someone please tell me that there is a book 2 because I seriously was not expecting, and I'm a little nervous now because so far, the 2 books that I've read that Tiffany has recommended, I'm concerned for the next books that I plan on reading because so far she's just been hitting winner after winner after winner. And so, well, I guess winner after winner, just 2 winners right now. But anyways, I want to say that it's more on the younger side, like older middle grade, younger young adult side. That's kind of the age range that is really this is for, just because of the writing style. That's all that I'm saying, is that the writing style felt like this was intended for a young audience, but I loved it. I ate this up. Like, I ate this up. This would make an incredible TV show. So basically, I will just start you off. I loved how this book started. It started already halfway into a chapter. Like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. Basically, you start off with an action scene. This girl opens her eyes. She has no idea what's going on. She has no idea where she is. There's people like looking at her and screaming, and then people are charging at her with swords. So then she backs up against this wall trying to figure out like how to escape wherever she is. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know what time she's in, and like anything like that. Nothing looks familiar. So she backs up, and all of a sudden she's back into this house party, and she's so confused. She's like, maybe I drank too much, like what the heck is going on? And like she's just super confused. There is underage drinking. So she is at this party. She's a senior in high school. She wanted to take a year off to go travel and like backpack and stuff like that, and her mom was like, no, you're not doing that. Like, you're going to college. Like, I don't care what you want to do, like you're going to college. So she's like super bummed out and like frustrated by this. Her two best friends convince her to come to this party, and one of them knows why she's bummed out. The other one doesn't know why she's bummed out. So the one that does know tells her. He was like, yeah, she's like upset because of this. And the other friend's like, oh my gosh, like had I known, like I wouldn't have dragged her out to this. And the other guy's like, no, it's good for her, like she needs this. So the guy's name is Ollie Yen. I just called him Ollie throughout the whole book because I could not continuously say. It just was too much of a mouthful. I know I'm reading it and I'm not saying the words out loud, but still, for whatever reason in my head likes to shorten things. So if I read the word probably, I just put probs in my head. Like I will read it probs. He probs felt that way. He probs did. Like, I don't know why, but my brain just shortens everything. So I kept shortening his name to Ollie. And she does call him Ollie at some point in the book, but his name is Ollie Yen. Her name is Shia, the main character. The female main character is Shia. And so they go in. She's in the house party, and she finds her two friends, and she's like, I don't know, like maybe she finds her first friend. I can't remember what her first friend's name is. She literally is only there for a chapter. Hold on. Alyssa. So she finds Alyssa, and she's like, I think maybe Ollie put something in my drink or something because like I had the weirdest trip. I don't know what's going on. It's like so weird. And so then she finds Ollie and she tells him like what happened, and he's like, well, show me like where this was. So she shows him, and he goes through this wall, and she's like, no, don't do that. Why did you do that? So then she goes to the wall to go get him, and just like smacks into, that really kind of hurt. I don't know why I hit myself that hard, but she smacks into the wall, and she's like, no. And so then she's like, please wall, please come back. And she's like walking up and down, like trying to figure out how to go through this wall again. And then she finds a spot, she goes through the wall, and the whole story is her trying to get Ollie and Ollie trying to get her. And it's a completely different world. They've never seen someone like Shia, and they've never seen someone like Ollie. Ollie is a black 17-year-old guy, and Shia is this very pale, very redhead girl. I think she's also probably 17. I don't know if they said her age, but I assume because they're in the same class that they're probably the same age. And so people keep making comments about like their skin color, their hair, how weird it is, like what is, it doesn't feel like it would be good or anything like that. Like they just make all these comments, and it's just like, I don't know, there's certain details in this book that I think were so well done, just to really distinguish like these are completely different worlds and we are not the same. So like for instance, they ask her like, hey, what's Ollie like what's your friend like? And she's like, oh, he's super compassionate, he's a great athlete, he like does this, that, and the other, like he's so wonderful, he makes me laugh. And they're like, this is pointless. Like, why are you telling me this? Like, is he a good soldier? Does he know how to fight? Like, these are things that we need to know. Who cares if he's funny? And like, it's just like the vast differences between what they prioritize versus what she would prioritize. The world that they have fallen into is in a war. They've been in a war for a very long time, to the point where nobody even remembers why they're fighting this war. They don't know how it started. They don't remember how it started. It's just been going on for generations. And so it's just like this long, drawn out war. They've been waiting for somebody to cross the gate, which happens to be Shia and Ollie. There's two sides, and both sides has one or the other. So one side has Ollie and the other side has Shia captured, and they want to use them to benefit in the war. And they call them the Terces. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. I think they may have explained it, but I kind of just it just went over my head. Gonna be honest. But yeah, this book was so good. I was eating it up, and it's a quick read too. So if you're looking for something that you can read in one day, 100% do I recommend this. This was so good. I feel like I could talk about it for longer than it took me to read it. I feel like I could talk about this book. It was so good. It was so stinking good. And it ends on such a cliffhanger. And there is something that I do want to say, but it's a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. But I will say that sometimes you should just not talk at all. Not a word. Just not even a syllable. Sometimes silence is more beneficial for your safety. And that's all I'm going to say on that. That's all I'm going to say. But this was amazing. I gave this 4 stars. I really hope that there is a book 2 already out, because I need to read that yesterday. So yeah, I loved this. And then I really liked, these are such good books. So now, she said that she read Juniper Hill. This is book 2 though, but she gave Juniper Hill 5 stars. And so she said this was book 2, so this is book 1, which is Indigo Ridge. So this is the Eden series. And I am going in knowing that this is a series, and so I kind of sort of hope that it's not that great, so that I can stop having to buy all these series. Tiffany ma'am, goodness gracious, my bank account right now is you can't afford another series. You can't afford another series, so figure something else out. But lucky for me, these are also on Kindle Unlimited, which I found out after I purchased them. I'm gonna read these 2 books, and then I will come back and we will discuss. Okay, that's usually how these things go. So it's 1:41 in the morning. I don't know if you're gonna see that. I don't really care because I'm tired. But I finished these 2 books. I finished the books, and they kind of broke me. Honestly, I think I'm broken. So this book, okay, so these are the first 2 books in the Edens series. This book is Indigo Ridge. I gave both of these 5 stars, just spoiler alert, I gave both of them 5 stars. This one is about this girl named Wynn. She's the new chief of police, and she has a one-night stand with Griffin, whose family just so happens to own the town that she's the chief of police in. And they start this romance, and yeah, they fought it. They did a really good job fighting it, but love always prevails, just always. And I really liked this story because I am an acts of service girly, And the whole relationship is just acts of service. He never tells her that he loves her. He just does things to show her that he loves her. And I am about that life because actions speak louder than words. And Griffin shows all of the actions. He does all of the actions. And I literally was crying by the end of this book because she was like, say it. And he was like, you don't need me to. Anyways, so yeah, this was so good. Please don't read this if you are not ready to cry. And then I read this one, and this is Juniper Hill. This is the second book. This is about Knox, Griffin's younger brother. There's like 6 of the kids. So I'm hoping there's 6 books because I don't know if I can give this up. Like, and then I also hope that there's a spin-off series about the grandkids because quite frankly, like, I don't know if I can ever say goodbye to this series, like, ever. But Knox is like another grumpy grump, and I love a good grump. I love a good grumpy grump. Probably because I'm a grumpy grump. And Memphis is just, well, she's actually kind of grumpy too. Like, they're just 2 grumpy kids, you know, just 2 grumpy kids. But she's also got a little bebeka. That's not English. She's also got a little baby. She's got a little baby, and his name is Drake. And he cries. He just cries with his little chubby cheers. He's so cute. And so anyways, Knox, he's grumpy. He doesn't want Memphis there in his space because he's got to like rent out his loft to her because his sister Eloise is like asking him for a favor, and he like feels really guilty because their parents asked him to take over the hotel instead of her because he's older and she's not ready and like yada yada yada. And so he's just like doing whatever she wants because he doesn't want to tell her that this is happening. And so Memphis moves in to the loft with her baby Drake, and Knox is not happy. Memphis isn't happy. No one is, well, Eloise is happy. Eloise is ecstatic, but nobody else is happy. And then, like, the last 70 pages, I think I just continuously cried the rest of the time. Like, this was so moving. Just reading about them coming together, watching him fall in love with her. Because, like, I mean, Griffin he fought the love. But I feel like Knox just, like wouldn't even acknowledge, like, half the time. Like, he was like, I don't know why I think about her. That's weird. It's just so, I don't know. It was kind of funny to me. Like, there's a scene where he's a chef. And so there's a scene where he cooks her tacos. And she's like, oh, these are, like, the best tacos ever. And he's like, they're just tacos. Like, what is your problem? And then, like, he, like, thinks about it for the rest of the day. I was about it. I was all about it. I am kind of a sucker for a guy who cannot stop thinking about a girl. There were many, many times where I was like, this is the best thing ever written. I've never read a book better written than this. So, anyways, I did it. I read, Tiffany gave me a list of books that she was like, these are great, you should read them. And I read them. And I just want to say, I'm never going to Tiffany again for advice because I don't know if my heart can take it. Like, honest to goodness, I really truly do not know. She recommended so many bangers. This is honestly one of the most fun videos I have done in such a long time, and like all of these books were so good. Anyways, so oh wow, that looks so aesthetically nice. Except it's not in the, but it's fine. That looks so aesthetically nice. Look how good that is. Probably because it's 1:47 in the morning. And I usually go to bed at 9 p.m. So this is gonna do wonders for my sleep schedule. It's gonna be so good. Anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. But I do hope that you comment, and if you have another YouTuber that you want me to like slide into their DMs and be like, hey, recommend me some books that you love. I love doing these videos. They're always so fun. I really like getting recommendations on books, especially from like YouTubers that I love to watch. I love sneaking into their DMs and being like, what's up? Recommend me some books. And then reading those books. It's so fun. I've read so many great books this year because other people have recommended them. And I hope that I have been able to recommend some to you as well, and you've been able to like read and like enjoy them as well. Please drop down those comments. I love having conversations. I say this every time in every video. I love when you guys leave me comments. I reply to all of them. They literally bring me so much joy. And yeah, so I am gonna go. My eyes hurt from crying, but I can feel myself about to start crying again because I keep thinking about Juniper Hill and the ending, because it's so, I just finished reading it and like I keep thinking about it and it makes me want to cry. So I think I'm gonna leave. Don't forget to subscribe, because I also really like it when you guys subscribe. I feel real silly right now. Gonna be honest with you. I have my hood up because my hair looks not good. And could I have fixed that? Yes. But am I going to? No. Also, if you want to know why I keep looking over here, it's because my ¿cómo se dice? My curtain in front of so my door has a big window, and I had a curtain up there, but my dog knocked it down, and so now I can see through the window, and I didn't realize how distracting that was until I could see through the window. I don't know why. Like, I can't even see. It's dark outside. It's nighttime. Girl, it's 1:40 something it's 1:50 a.m. Like, I'm not gonna be able to see a single thing outside. But for whatever reason, I keep looking as if like, could you imagine if a face just popped? No. Okay, good night. Subscribe and comment and like the video. I do all the things. Okay, I love you. Goodbye.